Welcome to Baba Narratives, where stories come alive in the dark corners of your imagination. Tonight, we bring you a tale of love that lingers beyond time, an eerie yet heart wrenching story that will pull you into the depths of longing and fear. Keep your lights dim, let your mind wander, and listen closely, because sometimes the past never truly lets go. Echoes of the Red Lantern, a love that defied time, a town that whispered secrets, and a lantern that never went out. When journalist Aiden moved to the secluded town of Ravensbrook, he met Elara, a woman whose past is tangled with a chilling mystery. As love blossoms, so do the whispers of a tragedy that should have been forgotten. But when the red lantern is in Elara's window flickers every night, Aiden begins to uncover a story that might cost him his own soul. A hauntingly beautiful tale of love, loss, and the echoes of a past that refuses to fade. Aiden Locke had always been drawn to the forgotten. As a journalist, he thrived on lost stories and places untouched by time. When he was sent to Ravensbrook, a quiet town nested in the misty hills, he thought it would be just another sleepy assignment. But then he saw the red lantern, glowing in the upper window of an old Victorian house, flickering like a heartbeat in the night. No matter the hour, it never went out, and beneath that light stood Elara Whitmore, watching the world with eyes that carried the weight of another lifetime. Ravensbrook was the kind of place where the past lingered like a shadow. The cobblestone streets were slick from the constant drizzle, the gas lamps barely illuminating the narrow alleys. There was a silence here, not the peaceful kind, but the kind that made you listen too hard. Aiden rented a small apartment above the town's only bookstore, where an old man named Harold always seemed to be waiting for him. Stay away from the Whitmore house, boy, Harold warned one evening, voice thick with something unspoken. That red lantern been burning since before I was born. One evening, caught in the rain, Hayden found himself outside the Whitmore house. The Victorian structure loomed wrapped in ivy and whispered of forgotten love. And then he saw her, Elara Whitmore. Her black hair was damp from the mist, her emerald eyes locked onto his. There was something ethereal about her, like she belonged to the house as much as the brick and vines. You shouldn't be here, she said softly, yet didn't move away. But Aiden couldn't. Something about her pulled him in. Over the next few weeks, Aiden found himself drawn to Elara. They would meet under the lantern's glow, talking about books, dreams, and places they had never been. He fell in love with her in fragments. The way she laughed like a whisper, the sadness in her gaze, the way she never stepped beyond the iron gate of her home. Yet something gnawed at him. Every time he touched her, she was cold. One stormy night, Aiden walked into the town's archives, determined to unravel the mystery, and what he found shattered him. Elara Whitmore died in 1893, murdered, left to haunt the home she once loved, her soul trapped beneath the red lantern, an old widow's tale set to guide lost lovers back home. But she was never found, never freed, and Aiden had fallen in love with a ghost. Heart pounding, he raced back to the Whitmore house. The lantern was flickering violently, the wind howling like a chorus of forgotten voices. Why didn't you tell me? He demanded as he burst inside. Elara stood in the shadows, tears glistening like morning dew, because I didn't want you to leave. The room around them trembled, the past was unraveling. If he stayed, he would never leave. He would become part of a curse. Let me set you free, he whispered, stepping toward the lantern. Aiden, no! But it was too late. He blew out the light. The next morning, the Whitmore house was empty, the lantern was gone. Some say Elara was freed that night. Others say Aiden never truly left Ravensbrook. All they knew was that when the mist rolled in and dusk, you could sometimes hear a voice in the wind whispering a name, Aiden. Some love stories never truly end. They echo, waiting for another soul to listen. If you enjoyed this tale, subscribe to Baba Narratives, where every story lingers long after the last word is spoken, because love, like ghosts, never fades.